Introducing managing moderators. Pretty sure we've had managing moderators for a hot minute, but welcome back to the channel. Steven sent me weeds a while back. Welcome back to the channel. I don't know who I am. Who says that? Not me. Where did the other one go? There it is. Steven sent me some weeds and it's time to trim them because I've been lazy. This is like my second whole time trimming this particular weed that he sent me. Hygrophila polyspermous sunset, and then we got Limnophila aquatica, and then this is my big trick. I use a thing of knitting mesh. Here, let me help you out. Not knitting mesh, whatever the fuck this is called. But you guys know what I mean, the craft mesh stuff. I just kind of jam that in there, and it holds the floaters out of the way, so I can trim these snail-eaten neglect tank plants. All right. Who else is live right now? Island Aquatics, me, and what does Fish Family say? Let me grab one other thing. God damn it, Lola. And I can't use picture food. So I had a bucket that I was intending to use. Hey guys, sorry, I wandered away. I had a bucket I was intending to use in the tub with some filter sponge soaking in it that I was cleaning earlier. And apparently that was too enticing because the cat threw a bar of soap into that bucket. So I can't use that bucket. Had to go find another bucket that is not soapy right now. Sorry. That took longer than it's expected. Alright. So, I don't know if you guys saw this. Trick so far. I stuff a big thing of the craft mesh in the tank to hold the floaters mostly out of the way. Yeah, that's my big, neglect tank trick. And then neglect tank trick number 2, pothos. Just leave a pothos or 2 in every tank. This one's just getting started. Just getting the roots going. But it's got a long stem to it. Driving through Wisconsin. Yeah, Craig, it's hit or miss. Yeah, there are some ditchweeds in that tank. 5 people are alive. Happy Place, Mr. Fish Pert, Father Fish, Aquarium Kobob, me, and Island Aquatics. Wow, that's a lot competition. That's all of YouTube. Nobody else on YouTube is live. How are the food cultures? The vinegar eels and the grindleworms are doing okay. I think the grindleworms are doing okay. Springtail's got in that one, and it's always been it's been kind of hit or miss because I'm worried that there's other stuff in there if Springtail's got in there, but at the same time the Springtails eat any mold that occurs, so that's a net benefit. Yeah, I know, Craig. It's just I quit my job and I don't have a new one, and you know how that can wear on you sometimes. That's really all it is that I just don't have a job as of right this moment. And I could if I planned my shit out better, but you don't really plan to quit your job. You just are done, generally speaking. But yeah, I'm like really looking at getting back into landscaping, specifically like tree work, arborist type stuff. I can't just become an arborist overnight, but I could become a groundsman, which pays basically the same as what I was getting to make our pilot buddy in the chat. Oh, let's cut this way down here, actually. I know I already trimmed that one once on accident, but hey Mark, welcome in. But yeah, I was getting paid about the same to be making the laser guidance GPS, or not GPS, gyroscope stuff that All Things Fish relies upon to keep him upright, I'm assuming, in the air. And as I would if I was just like catching falling tree branches and watching lines as a groundsman for a tree trimming service. So I might as well do that and get back into an industry I care about. Because there are, like, once you go through and you get some of the arborist experience, and then you can go, we have like training programs with the local community college that kind of get you arborist type certifications. And then from there, you can follow that up to get the full arborist test and whatnot. ISCP, whatever it is. Going diagonal across the tank. Just kind of hacking at this. Like Mike said, these are ditch weeds. They'll come back. And growing every which direction right now anyways. Alright. But then from there, there are some really interesting positions that require experience working as an arborist or in like tree stuff, like as an urban forester. And those are the people who are in charge of figuring out where and when we plant trees in cities, like on what we'll analyze a street and be like, this area is a heat island, and we want to make sure that, yeah, I pretty much just did, Mike. Good luck. I don't know who they replaced me with, but hopefully they care less about getting their benefits cut than I did. Or I guess their benefits wouldn't be cut because they're getting hired now. They just are getting hired with shittier benefits packages than I had. But, you know, we all got lives, right? Neither. I have too many extra floaters. What I don't have is like shipping experience or money to ship things. I actually like have a deal to trade stuff with Mel like months ago, and I just never did it. But welcome. If you live local and you want to come pick up flower or plants from me, go the fuck ahead. Absolutely. I'm more than willing to tell strangers on the internet my address and have them come over and get free plants. I won't tell you guys live. You'll have to get that privately. But yeah, no worries. I'll do that. But shipping plants when I'm actively unemployed is maybe not the best usage of funds. Oh, I'm not showing you guys what I'm doing now. So I took the logs out of this because I was dealing with a lot of cyano in here, and I was dealing with cyano in another tank, and I was like, you know what? Why don't I just treat one tank and I'll take the hardwood. What else can I get privately? I mean, depending upon the price, like, we'll see how much Nita's willing to pay for shipping. What about you, Mike? How much are you willing to pay for shipping? So I'm literally just taking these trimmings and stabbing them in because I'm lazy. But I pulled the logs out of this betta tank, and the betta is upset because he has nowhere to hide. And I think that's perfectly understandable. So I'm giving him some plants that otherwise were just rotting slowly away in my tank. Hey, Christopher. What did Craig say? Well, how is Craig? No stalking, please. Plants only. Yeah. But like honestly, I wouldn't pay money for floaters. Like, as advice to give you, don't pay money for floaters. I don't think it's necessary. if you are patient, somebody will give them to you for free. If I was shipping you something else that was worth spending money on, I would send you floaters for free. And I did that with Eduardo, and I think they survived. I don't remember how I shipped those. I think I did paper towels for the roots, and then I like breathed in the bag or something. I don't remember. I know I was trying not to have it be too moist because they'll rot. The tops like to be dry because they're floaters, right? You know. So yeah, I'm just gonna stuff this to the gills, and he can swim through it. Hey, Geek Boy. But yeah, I'm trying to pursue something like either back in landscaping or park service type deal. This one's got multiple root segments already going, so I'm gonna be kind of fancy schmancy. I'm gonna leave this as one. I'm gonna cut each each of into their own. Dealey. Because, you know, I don't have enough of this weed to propagate properly. I need to be fancy with it. Behind the filter. That's probably going to send roots into the filter, but whatever. Right now, the only other plant in this jar is Siswasser tongue. Shady Grady shipping of plants were the best yet. Hey 3G. Hey Christopher. Don't know if I said that. Xanadu, welcome in. Did I miss anyone else? Vinoxky. Fathom. Sorry, bro, I'm not trying to scare you, but I am going for the front. Get in there. Oh, look at that. That's a fat ball of Cladophora. That new Kesha song stuck in my head still. It's got like polka beat to it. And everybody loves some accordion. If you don't love accordions, get off the channel. Leave. Can't have it. Sorry. Accordion lovers only. I don't know where I'm putting these plants, but I guess I could put them back in the main tank too. That's an option. I can replant that area tighter. I've only got like 3 stems left. Alright. On there, I'm not misting this right, like I'm leaving this guy out because I don't have the logs in it. right now, but we can go gently. Take you guys off of this, cover you up. All right, I like nutrient burn this. Oh, I almost dropped that in the tank. Get this tripod hooked up really quick. Oh, vertical, running vertical better. So, I put too much newts in this, and you can see my Java Fern is not happy, but it's not dead. So, doing big water change, replacing all the water in here. This is the one that I was doing. That's also part of, like, I added newts to try and combat the different algae that I was running into, and that didn't seem to help. So then I'm doing an erythromycin in this, and it's still, so that's just kind of a lot. I don't know how much erythromycin affects plants, but it's just kind of a lot going on in there right now. Yeah, that's a cookie jar. I got two. Those are 2-gallon Anchor Hawking jars. If you can't find them for less than $20, don't buy them, because it's like $17 for the rimless 2.5-gallon tanks, and like if you need a lid, that's different. But you can get, if you're paying more than $20, you can get probably a better tank than that. They're not very optically clear. I paid $14 for each of those, but sometimes they're like way high in price on Amazon and whatnot. So I wouldn't necessarily really recommend that as it goes. This one fell over. All the plants are on the bottom. I'm getting cooked by that mister, I'm sure. Just trying to have these kind of hug each other so that the plants make it and like spread. But like, while that Swiss washer tank looks good, most of this is not happy with me. Yeah, if you have old cookie jars, go ahead. Like, I wouldn't recommend posting a bunch of stuff on the internet about how it's the best betta enclosure ever. I like this tank for a betta more. Over here, hold on a sec. How do I? Alright, this over here, and then this. Alright, so behind the spider plant, in between the pothos and the philodendron, I have a tank. This is just a batting. I'll just hold it in my hand. So, we got a tank with a bunch of reflections. And this pretty betta loves this tank. It's the same footprint as a 10-gallon. It's a little taller. Well, it's twice the height, but I have so much substrate that it's only a little taller than a 10-gallon. And I would recommend this a lot more for a betta. Just a heavily planted, big tank for them to be the boss of. But that other betta that I have is a jumper, and I don't keep lids on most of my tanks. And I don't have a tank set up with a lid of the appropriate size to do that yet. So he's been living in the jar, and he's been doing just fine. He ate all my shrimp, but that's whatever. That's true, peanut butter jars. But yeah, that was me trimming plants and neglecting tanks and neglecting other plants. So, though, check this out. Look at this. I just pulled this out of a filter the other day, or earlier today. Look at these roots from this crypt. I didn't mean to, I like broke the crypt off. There's only one leaf, so I don't know if this will live, but there's enough roots. But isn't that wild? Sorry, I'm holding it all sideways. But yeah, I'm hoping that grows some more leaves. If I leave it in here with the other plants, and I gotta add more water back to that. I guess I could do that on stream. Because that's not gonna take that long. It looks a lot more green on camera. These Java fern leaves to me look like almost straight black. Alright, I've got a bucket full of water, and there's no fish in this tank, so I don't usually dechlorinate it. I just kind of do with the thing. Hey Jenna, welcome in. And when I'm a cheater and I use a pump, I do the stupid, like I'm stupid enough to keep using buckets, but I am smart enough to use pumps. Or too stupid to stop using buckets is maybe a better way to say that. And then we got, what else do I have going on in here? Been working on this immersed bin slowly down here. Tighten that up. I have too much water in there and I'm struggling to get it out, but it is what it is. Gotta mist it every day. I don't think this is as fast as this. When I do the misters and stuff in here, I think that is faster than. But the problem is nutrients, right? I have to supply liquid first here. I made a mistake. I tried Miracle-Gro, and that's why we're in the position we're in right now, where all my plants are looking black to me. Where they're like really unhappy because they got nutrient burn. They also, it's been a hot week here, so that is not helping. Thanks, Craig. I don't know how much longer I'm gonna be staying around. I think that's probably about enough water. Let's double check. So I just set the foggers to go on. I also have a little pump that runs, I don't know if you guys can see that hose in the back there, but I have a pump that goes up there and it goes to the top of the log, so they always have just airline. Focus on the, not the glass, please. Camera, fix. Yeah, back there. But that looks like about the right amount of water. You think it's more potassium because it's just black? I mean, okay. I don't know what the NPK ratio of Blue Crystal Miracle-Gro, oh fuck, is this stuff that's been sitting in a bucket for 8 years or more. That may or may not be wet because my fingers just got turned blue. I don't know what the NPK of that is. Gord could be God. He's watching. Just remove the O. Just remove the R. Hey, Killier Corey. Welcome. Lifting buckets, it's free gym. True, Rainer. That's kind of why I want to get a more physical job again. Like we were talking with the... Did you get the Miracle-Gro from Heisenberg? Potentially. It was kind of a back alley situation. I'll admit that much. I think I'm gonna throw just a little more water in and see if the fog gets higher. Well, but that's what I know you were being sarcastic, Mike, but at the same time, I flooded it with other nutrients. It's possible it wasn't just nutrient burn, and maybe it could have used more potassium, and instead it got burned with nitrates and stuff because there was too much of that for it to uptake the potassium. On the flip side, it's probably just nutrient burn. That's my theory. Yeah, I think that's good. All right. Water in there. Doing the thing. I've tried a number of different plastics because I broke the glass on half of my lid. So I've got like one pane of glass and the little plastic lip thing. And then I'm like pointing on the other side. One pane of glass, little plastic lip thing. And then this is a flexible plastic. I've tried a number of different options, everything from saran wrap to PET, like they make, this is PET, but it's like what soda bottles are made out of. And this warps under the heat, like continuously. It goes one direction, and then I flip it, and then it goes, and so that was not working out long term. So I found a roll of, like, that I had in storage. Apparently I forgot that I had this, but I found this roll. And this is a material called Zylar, I believe it is. But it's like a non-metallized Mylar. And it's what they use on those old overhead projectors, like in elementary school, where they like draw and then it projects it onto this. There's like a light plate, and they write on it with dry erase markers. This is that plastic that they would wind across it. So it happens to be relatively heat resistant, and it works really well as a lid. Yeah, an overhead projector. But I happen to have that lying around, and I cut it up, and it seems to work pretty good. So, like, I haven't had any warping or anything like that, any discoloration from this light being right on it. And not that this light's that hot, but, like, you know, it's not very far away from the, you know what I'm saying. Hey, Steven. I don't think I'm going to be live for much longer. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. This is a update, I guess. I got Ultraman Theroverneckii down there, doing okay. I don't have any. Don't have that running because I don't have any plants in it right now. But I've been trying to think of a way to use that to propagate plants. And yeah. I don't know. Thanks for coming and hanging out. Yeah. Juanita, my email is on fishfam.link. If you did want to reach out to me, I'm sure we can figure something out. I am working on getting more plants and stuff, and I would like to turn that into something that I do where we share plants and whatnot, but I don't necessarily, like, I don't know. I'm not a seller either, you know what I mean? I don't really ship stuff. I'm really bad about remembering to ship stuff in a timely manner. But, yeah, it is what it is. Have a wonderful evening. Thanks for hanging out. Bye!